Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the mystery of Data Vault. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe it's something you'd rather not think about at all. Either way, it's a data model that some people absolutely swear by and other people just swear at it. So let's see what all the buzz is all about, where it came from and why people use it and why others just don't. So let's start with a little bit of a history lesson. Data Vault was born in the late 1990s when a man named Dan Linstead looked at traditional data models like star and snowflake schema and he thought to himself, nah, I can do better. So Linstead wanted something more flexible and scalable that could handle the insane amount of data that companies were starting to drown in basically. So he came up with Data Vault, which is like the Lego set of data warehouses. You can build it piece by piece and it never really falls apart. At least that's the theory. Now let's break down Data Vault's anatomy. Data Vault is built on three main building blocks: hubs, links, and satellites. Think of hubs as the main players. They store things like customer IDs and product SKUs and all that main data over there that's going to sit in your hubs. Then you're going to get your links, and these represent relationships. They're like data matchmakers saying, hey, customer and product, you go together. Then you get your satellites, which hold all the juicy details, and that's things like timestamps and updates, for example. These parts keep your data neat and tidy, but also make you work for it. Not everything comes easy in Data Vault land. Over time, Data Vault got a makeover. Data Vault 2.0 came out with upgrades for modern needs, big data, faster processing, and a sprinkle of automation as well. Dan Linstead and the rest of the Data Vault crew weren't about to let Data Vault become old-fashioned. So now Data Vault 2.0 can handle bigger data, work better with non-relational sources, and throw in some cool hashing techniques. In short, they made it sleeker and faster to keep up with today's data-hungry world. Now, why would anyone go through the trouble of learning Data Vault? Well, believe it or not, it's actually pretty great for companies dealing with a lot of messy data and strict compliance. If you are in finance or healthcare, you know the drill. You need data that's audit friendly and a data model that can handle constant change without making you cry. Data Vault's modularity means you can keep adding new data sources, even change data structures on a whim, which is perfect for the kind of chaos we deal with in every single day in our data world. But here's where things get really tricky. Not everyone loves Data Vault. If you've ever heard someone moan about it, you're not alone. First off, it's complicated. And by complicated, I mean, have you cleaned your schedule for the next few years to master it? That kind of complicated. Not to mention, it's a bit of a data hoarder. Because it stores every single change, your storage costs can skyrocket. And that modular structure we mentioned, it means that running queries sometimes feels like it's a game of Twister for your database. You're connecting to all these hubs, links, and satellites, and your query performance might take a hit. So is Data Vault still relevant? Well, yes and no. If you're a big company with a legal team breathing down your neck to track every data change, Data Vault can be your best friend. It's still widely used in sectors like finance and healthcare where audit trails are essential. But if you're a smaller business or team without a dedicated data engineering squad, you might want to think twice about using it. With the rise of cloud platforms and new automated tools, some of the Data Vault drawbacks like complexity and storage issues are getting easier to handle, but only if you're ready to dive deep into the world of automation. Now let's check out some alternatives because variety is the spice of life, right? A lot of companies stick with good old star and snowflake schemas because they're simple and they get the job done without requiring an advanced degree in data acrobatics. Then there's anchor modeling, kind of like Data Vault's minimalist cousin. It's also highly normalized, but it aims to be a bit friendlier on the storage and complexity front. And lastly, data mesh is the new kid on the block, decentralizing data ownership and making each department its own data boss. Data mesh is making waves as a major shift from centralized models like Data Vault, especially for big organizations that want more control over their own data domains. So there you have it, Data Vault in its glory and complexity. It's flexible and scalable. It's a little confusing, just a little, and it's not for everyone. But if you're working on a compliance-heavy industry and need historical tracking, Data Vault might just be the right model for you. So tell me in the comments, have you tried Data Vault? Did it make your life easier or are you still recovering? Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification for updates on new videos. Remember to go to betechpro.com as well. Remember to join the mailing list and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for listening. See ya.